Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney here with Gidget. Kind of see her. And today we've got another sponsored video, but before I get into that, Teddy Blake is our sponsor today, but before we get into that, today's video is going to be, it's a holiday gift guide, and this is kind of things that I would have on my own list. So I've got sewing stuff on here, just a little bit of knitting, notions, and then some things that just kind of go along with the sewing hobby, such as some style and fashion and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, that's kind of what we've got. Again, things that are going to be on my own list, as well as just some things that I have that I really enjoy and think, you know, others might as well. Okay. So today's video is sponsored. It's sponsored by Teddy Blake. Teddy Blake is a designer handbag company out of New York. They design handbags that are right on par with all of the top, like, big designer brands. I'm talking like purses I could never afford ever type brands. But because they cut out all of the they really rely on social media and that sort of thing to promote their product, they are able to provide the same type of product at a fraction of the cost of the gigantic big designer brands. So I was actually gifted a purse from them last year, and I'll leave a link up to that video right here. Let's see, back in, it was almost a year ago actually, and given I got to pick a bag and did a little bit of a collaboration with them last year. Anyway, I will show footage here of my bag. It is the Ava Bag. It is obviously the orange with the gold hardware. I can't say enough good things about this bag. So I've had it for a year now, and it is it's held up beautifully. This is the nicest handbag that I own by far. The most expensive, the nicest. It's just, the quality is fantastic. It is still, I use this bag all of the time. It is my go-to. I feel like the hardware is still in really good condition. It's not scratched, and I'm so hard on my things, period. Nothing in my life is too precious, so because I just want to live with things, and I appreciate good quality, and I've definitely gotten that out of this. Yeah, and it's just been worn to death. Now, if a bright pop of color isn't your thing, they have this bag as well as quite a few others in more neutral colors. God, they have so many good, it was hard to like narrow it down. I did go with a more classic aesthetic here with the Ava Bag, just because that is my own personal style. My style guide posts are chic, current, and oh my gosh, I forgot the other one. Classic. I knew they're all C's. Anyway, this fits into all those perfectly. But the reason I'm doing the collaboration or the sponsored post today is that they are having their gigantic Black Friday sale that starts today, November 23rd, 2021, and goes through the 28th. This is their biggest sale of the year, so there's a ton of markdown. So if that is something that you think you may want to put on your own Christmas list, give that information to your loved ones, and yeah, send them on over, because you can get some really excellent prices, again, on some really quality bags. So if you're looking for a classic bag to go into your wardrobe that you can wear, 90% of the year, I highly recommend. I've been very, very impressed with the Teddy Blake handbags. So that is number one on my gift list. I would buy, obviously, if the other thing that's nice about these is it's a luxury product, right? So it's something that's perfect for people to gift you or for you to save up for, but it will stand the test of time. This is a bag that I'm going to be able to pass down to my daughter. No questions asked. So anyway, I would love another one, but maybe someday when I save up enough. But I do have a link down below if you're interested in going to have a look at that sale. All right, so on that note, oh no, okay. I have all of my notes here so I don't forget anything. On that note, we're gonna go through a few things that are not, they're sewing adjacent. So, things that you may wanna look at. Also, I have no idea what Black Friday sales are going to be starting, other than the Teddy Blake one, because I was given a heads up on that one. But these are all things that I would be looking for Black Friday sales to be hitting as well, just, to grab some good deals. So I have no insider information on what is going to be on sale, who's having sales, other than Teddy Blake. And then I'm going to talk about Love Notions here in a second, but they do not have a Black Friday sale. So I do know for sure that they do not, but everyone else, I have no idea. But definitely ones to watch as we go along. So the next thing that I want to suggest, so for all seamstresses, I highly recommend, highly, highly, highly recommend knowing your colors and your body shape, because it has been my experience that you're going to be so much happier with your finished garments. They're just going to look better because the colors flatter you the best. You kind of know what silhouettes flatter you, and while fit is very important, and that's one thing that with sewing that you just, you know, keep working at, and eventually you get there, and it is well worth all the trials. But aside from that, you know, I could make myself a well-fitting garment, but if it isn't a silhouette, you know, if maybe makes me, for instance, look top heavy, you know, I'm just not gonna wear it. I'm just not gonna be something I gravitate towards. And you put all that time and money, mostly time, but also the money into making the thing, it can be very discouraging. So I find that knowing both my colors and my body shape to be, and style to be just paramount. So for that, my suggestion is a color consult from the Color Guru. I actually still have my 10% off coupon code, which is Tomcat Color. I'll put it right here. It'll also be down in the description box below. If you're interested, I gifted this to my daughter for her birthday, which is back in September. And I do sew for her, but I just wanted her to have that information as she just went out and shopping. So this isn't necessarily, you know, just for sewing, although I think it goes really well with sewing. But I think just knowing your colors makes shopping and all that kind of stuff so much easier. And then after a time, you do find you have a very cohesive closet. And I've waxed poetic about having your colors done a million times, but I think it's a great gift idea. You know, stick that in someone's ear, but I do have 10% off if you're interested in that one. Secondly, with that, Everyday Style, she has her podcast, the Everyday Style School, but she also has a couple of online classes that I think are phenomenal. And I have all of them, and I've paid for all of them with my own money, and I would do it again. She's got a Finding Your Signature Style class that is phenomenal. She has a Dressing Your Body Shape class that is phenomenal, and she also has a Finding the Right Denim class, but that class, I don't know if it's available just for anyone. I know that it was available when you bought the last Capsule. So the fall capsule wardrobe, which would also be something, you know, the winter capsule I'm assuming will be coming out some point early December. So asking for that might be an excellent idea too. That just helps me guide me in things that I want to purchase, you know, just because of time, but also helps guide me in what I'm going to be making to really help round out my wardrobe. And usually it's just been a few things that I've needed to add. But her classes on discovering your signature style specifically and the dressing your body shape class specifically are fantastic. And she actually has some free quizzes if you just want to go take that, just to kind of get an idea if that's something that you maybe want to delve deep into, and they're free. But I'll leave that linked down below as well. Okay, next up, I discovered, and through my sister, you may have even heard of this company. It's Olive and June, and they are a nail manicure slash pedicure, nail polish, nail everything company. And they've got phenomenal products and a YouTube channel. I mean, it has changed my at-home manicure, pedicure, mostly manicure. I'm awful about doing my fingernails just because I'm so hard on my hands, but definitely pedicure. Their nail polish is great, but also I've never been able to, I'm awful with nail and hair, really. Nails and hair. I'm just not very good at doing those things. But the YouTube video, and it really changed everything, and I'm able to give myself an at-home pedicure now that I find very comparable, not comparable. Anytime going to a salon obviously is going to be different, but very pleasing results with these at-home manicure sets. So last Christmas I bought, my sister to introduce me to them, and I bought her the manicure set, and I bought it for my daughter. My daughter uses hers all the time, my sister uses hers all the time, to the point that they were loving it so much that I asked for the pedicure system for my own birthday and got it. Been using that a ton. And then my sister and I went in and we bought my mom the manicure and pedicure set for Mother's Day. She's over the moon with that. My whole entire family have had a lot of success with this. And again, this has nothing to do, I'm not affiliated. They don't know anything about me. So this is just from what my personal experience has been. But they recently released these little travel sets, which is everything in the manicure set, but it's small, including little mini nail polishes. So I'm not gonna say, I've maybe have purchased some Christmas gifts. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't think my family really watches the channel, but just in case. Anyway, we've just been very impressed with it, and I think that it makes you feel better, makes you feel more polished and put together when you do have your nails done. And it's a New Year's resolution of mine to actually keep my nails painted and take care of them this year. So we'll see how that goes. But they also have some really great colors and stuff of nail polish as well. So that one is another idea. And then lastly, kind of just something kind of fun. I thought I would throw it on here. My mother got my daughter for her birthday, I guess. Maybe it was Christmas. I can't remember now. A subscription box to Let's Make Art, and got her the Watercolor Subscription Box. This is a company, I think actually out of Missouri, and they have YouTube videos, and the watercolor set, it comes with everything you need to make a project a week for that month, all the paints, you know, there's all the YouTube videos you can follow along step by step that's included. It's really, really cool. So if you or someone in your life is really into art, specifically watercolor in this case, although I think they have kid boxes too with like some other things, but definitely go have a look-see, just because they know nothing about me. I'm not affiliated in any way, shape, or form, but we've just had a lot of really good luck and fun, and you know, my daughter's love of all things art. So if you have anyone in your life that has kind of that creative nudge, definitely go have a look at those too. We've been just very impressed with the whole presentation of the box and everything. So, okay. Now we're gonna move on to sewing things. So I'm gonna start with some pattern companies that I personally would love to receive gift cards for, or more specifically pattern companies I'm going to be watching for Black Friday sales. Then we're going to get into some fabric, and then just some other stuff that goes along with sewing. So the first one that I'm going to be, again, watching for Black Friday sales, but also putting on my own Christmas list for gift cards. Number one is Cashmerette. I love Cashmerette patterns, and I'm so happy that she is now doing her full extended size range. I wish everything in her catalog was in that full size range. Maybe one day, fingers crossed. But the things that she has released in the full size range, because I fall just outside of the original size range. I'm like a size 10, like perfectly. Size 12 gets just a little bit too big in my shoulders, although I usually can find a bust size that'll fit for the size 12, but it gets a little big in my shoulders and way too big in the hip. In the hip, I'm like an 8, 6 if I'm a little thinner, but right now I'm an 8 in the bottoms. And so I'm loving the new size range. In fact, I'm finding she dressed her a very curvy figure, but if I can go a 10 GH in the bust to a 12 at the waist, and then like down to an 8, or if it's a fuller skirt. I actually just made the rose colored dress, and you can see that right there. I will be sharing that on the channel here soon, but then I'll just go to a 10 at the hip because I don't really care if it's easier to grade through there, and I don't care if there's a little extra fullness in the hip for that. But her patterns just fit me so well out of the gate. She dressed for a full bust really, really nicely. And my daughter, who is much smaller than I am, she is like a size 2 in the Cashmerette patterns with an EF, I think. I think that's what I made for her. But the Concord t-shirt fits her to a T. I bought, I think, do I own them all now? I think I own everything except for the new sweatshirt pattern in the full size range, because I even just bought the Upton dress. She did just re-release that one in the full size range as well. But I will be watching out for Black Friday sales because I would like that hoodie pattern as well. I think that might be a good one to add for athleisure purposes. The next one that I will be watching for sales is Itch to Stitch. You guys know how I feel about Itch to Stitch. Again, I have no idea if she has any sales planned for Black Friday, but that is something, a gift card that I would definitely have on my Christmas list as an option, because she's got a ton of things that I still don't own. Not many, but but a few things that I still don't own that I would love to add to my own personal collection. She also, her instructions and her drafting are spot on. She does the cup sizes as well. Love the way they fit. Very impressed. And you guys know that. I do pattern testing and stuff for her. Next is Style Arc Patterns. I really like Style Arc Patterns, and I know that their instructions are sparse, but I will hopefully be doing a few more sew-alongs and stuff on some of their more complex patterns. I just find that her drafting is really good. And usually there's a lot of ease in the patterns, so I don't have to do a lot of fit adjustments. I do size down usually on her patterns because she does put quite a bit of ease just because most of the patterns I'm making have a lot of ease in them. So, you know, just bear that in mind watching how much ease you personally would like in your garments. But for the more, you know, oversized kind of thing, they just go together well. Her notches are spot on. She really drafts for, I feel like, if you were sending them off to be like production done, like at a factory, and everything would just go together perfectly. I mean, it's just yeah, I really like her drafting. And she's got some lovely patterns. So that's one that I would definitely put on my list. And she's got paper patterns as well as PDF patterns. I've never owned a paper pattern of hers. I've always just done the PDF, but that is an option as well for her. And then the last pattern company that I'm kind of keeping my eye on is Pattern Emporium. This is a new to me, they're not new, but they're new to me pattern company, and I have been loving everything that I've made from them. They just fit great. I have to do a full bust adjustment on a few of the, well, I guess just one of the patterns that I've made so far. But there's quite a few that I would love to add to my catalog at some point. Just been very impressed. Her instructions are really great. Her fitting advice, everything inside the pattern is really good. And you're going to be, well, no, you will have already seen that I made a few of her dress patterns back on Friday. So anyway, I'm definitely going to be watching her for some Black Friday sales because, again, I had kind of a wish list going on hers as well. And then obviously Love Notions patterns. I know that they're not having a sale for Black Friday. She never does. She always has her big sale in October, which is her birthday month. So probably not, I mean, it won't be until after the first of the year until they have another sale, but definitely they do a gift card. And having a gift card, then you could use it for the Feature Fridays. I know that there are some great Feature Fridays still planned for the rest of the year. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on that. But yeah, a gift card for that I think would be a lot of fun. Okay, let's talk about fabric, and then we're gonna talk about fabric. Okay, number one, Destashify is my new guilty pleasure. Ever since she reached out, I am a brand ambassador for her, which means I get a allowance at the beginning of the month to spend on fabric, and then I share what I've purchased or what I've made and all that kind of stuff. And I actually have a video showing you what I made from last month's fabric coming up at the end of the month, and I'm also going to show you here at the end of November. I'm also going to show you the fabrics that I grabbed for November. So gotten the plans that I kind of have for that. So it's just my new guilty pleasure. I love going on there and seeing what's new has popped up. You know, they've got patterns, they've got fabric, the yarn I've been watching. I have recently culled my yarn, and my plan is to cull some patterns. You know, I have all those stretch and sew patterns. I'm going to be putting some of those up there, I think. Actually, quite a few probably. Some of my fabrics that I won't be using just because they're not my colors, or, you know, just things that maybe I've had a little too long, and making things more manageable in my own stash. I probably won't do that till after the first of the year. That's kind of a good winter, you know, no plans type of thing to do. Doing some deep cleaning and that sort of thing. But I definitely go have a check over there. And you can buy gift cards for Destashify too, which I think would be fun to have. It really combines my love of shopping for fabric and patterns with my love of thrifting. It's just really a match made in heaven. Okay. Other fabric stores that I definitely would put on my list for possible gift cards. StyleMaker Fabrics. You guys know how I feel about StyleMaker. I love their customer service. Every single thing I've purchased from them has just been the highest quality. Definitely worth the money, and they're not any more expensive than other independent fabric companies. It's just they sell a higher quality product, and I can really tell. The next one is Minerva. I love Minerva. Their selection is gigantic. I mean, they've got so many fabrics. Their international shipping is fantastic, both the rates, and I usually, from a week from when they ship, I get stuff here in the States. So I know that that could be different depending on where you live, but I have never really felt like I had to wait forever and ever and ever for their stuff to come. So yeah, I mean, they've got really great stuff. And again, huge selection. Also, the fabric store down in New Zealand, their international shipping is ridiculous. It is like, as in fast. I usually will save up and purchase enough to do the free shipping, to hit that free shipping threshold. So I buy from them, you know, I'll just do a lot in one big fell swoop. Mostly because I'm buying basics usually when I shop from them. It's their this merino jersey that I'm wearing came from them. I love their linen. I think it's fantastic. And then sometimes I'll grab a few extra pieces that are there as well. But it's just crazy. So I'll place an order, and just within like a few days, it comes with DHL, through DHL, and it just arrives, and it's ridiculously fast. So I've always been very impressed with their shipping, but their selection is it's just really lovely. They've got beautiful silks, just stuff you don't see everywhere. So that's definitely worth a look as well. And then the last two are Blackbird Fabrics. Also, these are, the last two are both Canadian companies, so if you are living a little north of the border, north of my border, a great option, but her stock is beautiful. She also tends to carry a lot of colors that are in my color palette, which I really love and appreciate. But yeah, her quality, I've never had anything from her that has not been the utmost quality. And also Core Fabrics. So this is the sister company to Core Patterns, Closet Core Patterns, and I've not ordered anything from them yet, but she has got some gorgeous quilted fabrics right now, and she made herself a grain line, the grain line quilted jacket recently out of it. Oh my gosh, the quilted jackets are so in right now, and it's gorgeous. But I have really been eyeing up a lot of the stuff and kind of thought I might use some Christmas money. I usually get a little cash around Christmas, and I think I'm going to be using some of that for some Closet Core shopping or Core Fabric shopping. That's also one to watch for the Black Friday sales because although she always does a Thanksgiving sale, but that may be more around the Canadian Thanksgiving. So I don't know that she does a Black Friday one. I could be wrong, but she's got, her drafting on her patterns is fantastic as well. You know, definitely, it's always top notch. Okay, so those are the fabric stores. Next up, fabric subscription boxes. I think these are so fun, and I've recently reviewed two. If you are in the UK area, Wax and Wraps is just fun. I mean, such a cool story. The box was wonderful. I do not think she is shipping to the US yet, but I was overly impressed. And I do plan on, I'm going to be making up her, the piece that I got the August box. So because we were coming out of that season, it's a pair of shorts. And I really want to make a pair of shorts, I think, out of it. I've kind of put it on the back burner, but I think I'm going to be going to Florida in February to visit my parents for a few days, and so I think I'm going to make those up for that trip. So I will be showing you what I've made up from that box, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, I did a whole review of it, but that one is an excellent one. And if you're here in the States, Cool Stitches. So she sent me two boxes. She does a clothing box and she also does a bag box, and she sent me one of each for that particular month. I think it might have been, it's either August or September. And the garment was the Hudson pants done in a plaid ponte, and then the bag was the, I can't remember off the top of my head. I've actually made both of them up, and I'm going to be doing a video reviewing, you know, what I thought of actually, you know, going through the process and making up the patterns fairly soon here, within the next couple of weeks. I love them both. They're so much fun. I like making purses. It's just something out of the ordinary, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, she does you could do the whole like yearly subscription. You could just buy a couple of boxes, and I have a code for $10 off your first 3 boxes, and I will leave that link down below too if that's something you want to use for Christmas gifts as well. But again, I'm going to show you what I made from those here soon. But yeah, I'm very impressed with everything that was in the box. I had enough to make everything. I love my finished products, so yeah, it's a good one. Okay, let's talk now about a few sewing notions. I don't have a lot here because sewing notions can be a little personal, kind of. But one thing that I will suggest, I love the Sokisi tapes. So these are like stay tapes, basically. So I primarily use the 1/2 inch woven fusible tape and the 1/2 inch knit fusible tape. It's great for stabilizing shoulders, especially in knit garments, to use the woven one. It's also good for necklines. I use the knit one around necklines because it'll curve really, really easily to keep things from stretching out, depending on, you know, the garment and that sort of thing. And then I love the wider knit fusible stay tape. I use that for my zippers because it is 1 1/4 inch wide, which once you've, you know, fuse that onto the back of whatever you're putting a zipper in, it folds over on itself. That's the 5/8 seam allowance. It's just perfect. But I love that width as well. And it's lightweight, so it doesn't get too bulky, but it's perfect for stabilizing areas for zippers. And then the 1 inch wide double stick fusible tape is fantastic for doing hems on knits. I do it, I mean, I guess you could do it on wovens, but I use it on my knits. I think you get just the most professional finish on the hem of my shirts, and also the hem of my sleeves, and also the hem of the actual tops. It's great. I go through that stuff like crazy, but Love all of those. Highly recommend those. Great for stocking stuffers if you're filling a seamstress's or a sewer's stocking, or to give ideas to maybe our loved ones that don't really know what to do. And then my second one is a thread color chart from Wawac. If you live in North America, Wawac, well, I shouldn't say that. If you live in USA, Canada, Wawac has a store, a US store and a Canadian store, and the notions are just, the prices are fantastic. I buy all of my Gutermann Mara 100 thread from them, which is what I use for 90%, 95% of all my sewing, and they sell the color chart, which is $30, I think it's $29 US dollars, and it has all the colors of the Gutermann Mara thread. So it makes it really easy for you to color match whatever your project is, and then order that color on Wawac's site. And there's a little dot next to the ones that Wawac actually carries, which is some ridiculous number, like 498 colors or something. But it's the bigger spools of thread, and they last forever, and they're much cheaper than you can buy in the box stores. So I think that is a fantastic gift idea to give a seamstress, because then they can save money when they're buying the thread for their projects, and we all need thread to do all of our sewing. So thought I would throw that on there. And then other than that, I've just put some knitting things onto my own Christmas list. I know this is a sewing channel, not a knitting channel, but I bought a spinning wheel, and I don't know that I've told you guys that yet, but I did. I bought a used spinning wheel. A lovely viewer who used to sell spinning wheels put me in touch with a gal that bought a spinning wheel from her like 20 years ago that was looking to get rid of it. Anyway, long story short, she sent me her spinning wheel. It is a kiwi an Ashford kiwi. I love it so much. Everyone tells me it's a great beginner wheel, so but I'm actually able to use it much easier than the one I was using in my class. But I have actually asked for a Nitty Noddy, which is a contraption that you wrap the yarn that you've spun around to help make skeins. So then you can, you know, soak them and, you know, dry them and do all of the setting and all that stuff as a skein so your yarn doesn't get tangled. And then I've also put a new Swift on my Christmas list as well. I've got a ball winder, like an industrial one that my brother-in-law bought at some, I don't know, estate sale or something. He was using it for something else, and he's like, it doesn't work, do you want this? So I have like this industrial ball winder. But the Swift that my friend Jenny and I were using, it broke. It got brittle and broke, so I put a new one on my list. Yes, so I am doing all things fiber related, and I'm actually going to a fiber festival. Actually, when you're seeing this, I will have just gotten back from a fiber festival, and it's my first one ever, and I'm very excited about it. So I'll let y'all know how it goes, or how it went. Okay, that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this gift guide and gotten some good ideas. All the things I mentioned are all linked down below. If anything is an affiliate link, I do make sure and note that, just so you know. That just means I make a small commission if you buy something from that link. No cost to you, but I do like to note that in full transparency. But that's all noted in the description box below. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday, gearing up for any Black Friday shopping you might be getting ready to do, getting gifts purchased and all of that jazz for the upcoming season. And I will be back on Friday, and I'm not sure what my video is going to be yet. I have a long list of things that I want to share. So it may be holiday outfits that I'm actually pulling from my own closet of ideas, both for cold weather and warm weather, depending on where you are in the world. And then, like I said, I'm going to share with you my Destashify makes that I have made. I still need, yeah, I have a ton of stuff coming up. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on Friday. Have a good one. Bye.